I'm going to be showing you how to air dry mushrooms in these two bags here. I have a whole bunch of button mushrooms, and they're getting kind of old and getting on their way to becoming dry already. So what I'm going to do is string them on thread and air dry them. So what you want to do is have some paper towels. Just take one mushroom at a time, clean it off with paper towels. And the spring is the perfect time to air dry mushrooms because there aren't very many flies around, and you don't want to air dry mushrooms when there's a lot of flies around because you might get flies in your mushrooms. So you want to string a string of thread about, well, you can do them as long as you want. I'm going to do it about this long. And the way I tie the ends is I wrap around my finger a bunch of times, and then I just kind of rub my finger together and slide it off my finger and roll it up in a ball. This is called a French knot. And then I pull it tight. And now I'm going to thread my needle through the mushroom. And just with this first mushroom here, I'm going to loop the needle through the two strands of thread like that to tie a knot. There we go. And you can even do that once again through the stem to just kind of reinforce it. Air drying mushrooms is good for when you have a whole lot of mushrooms and you don't want to use an oven and you don't have a drying machine. Okay. Now I have this bowl here that I'm going to put my mushrooms in. And I'm just gonna thread the mushrooms like beads. You want to make sure you get any of the dirt off the mushrooms before you start drying them. Try to find a sturdy spot in the mushroom, otherwise they might fall off. If they do fall off, just thread them back on. And you can even do this with wild mushrooms. It doesn't have to be store-bought. Okay, so we got a nice long strand. It looks like, no, they're all still on there. I'm gonna pull them down. You might be able to add more actually. I think I can add a couple more to this strand. Okay, that's a nice, good long strand of mushrooms. Now what you're gonna do is tie a knot at the end. And I might tie a double knot just to make it nice and strong. And then cut the needle off And then you have this big long strand of mushrooms you can hang from your kitchen window. I'm going to make another strand. This is the biggest mushroom of them all. This one's a little tricky to get my needle through. I think I'm gonna wrap it around it twice just to give it some security. Just kind of creating loops through the mushroom to try and get it to hold up. There, I think I got it to hold up now. And of course you would cut out these strings before you eat them, so don't eat the strings. There's that string of mushrooms. We have a gap there. There, slide it down. Okay, so now I gotta hang these from my kitchen window or somewhere in the kitchen while they dry. And just hang your mushrooms somewhere where there's a good airflow to dry, and leave them for several days until they become dry. So it's been about a week now. I think my mushrooms are dry. Let's see here. Yeah, they're feeling pretty dry. Yes, I think they're ready to be put in a Tupperware container to store for later. So to remove them from the string, you just want to grab a strand of mushrooms here. I'll start with this big strand here. And you need a pair of scissors to cut the thread. And then you just push them down like you're pushing beads off a string of thread. And then with this last mushroom here, you have to cut the thread that's wrapped around through the mushroom there. So this is the bottom mushroom, and then you pull out the thread. And then there you have it. That's how you get all the mushrooms off the string. I'm going to do the rest of these. And there you have it. Air-dried mushrooms. And to use these, you just hydrate them with water and just let them soak for a few minutes in hot water, and they'll be ready to use in whatever you need some mushrooms in.